What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Anatomy of a Winning Ad Masterclass. My name is Mike Ferreira. I'm the general manager of Gym Launch, and I put this training together today to save you time and make you money. And my plan is to give you the exact ads blueprint our team and our clients use to produce over 70,000 fitness leads per month in hundreds of markets. So in the spirit of saving you time, if you're watching this on YouTube or any other platform, there may be a speed controller baked right into the video here. Definitely jump in and use those 1.5, 2x, speed up the time to learning so you can execute. If you're watching in a Facebook group or another platform, you may need a plugin or it's not available, but definitely a huge hack that I've used over the years to learn a little faster. So I'm going to show you how to easily and repeatedly create new winning ads for your gym so you're never short on leads again. What we'll cover is first, the $1 million gym acquisition system. Second, what type of offer wins and why. And finally, building your winning ad in a way that works in 2023. Plus, for those of you guys that stick around, I'll have a free bonus that's led to many gyms firing their agencies and 3 to 5xing their lead flow overnight. So quickly, who is this for? First off, it's for the gym owner that's tried ads in the past and they didn't work. Gym owners that have thought about it, maybe you've wanted to run paid ads, maybe you want to tackle it, but you didn't know where to start. And finally, any gym owner that is paying an agency, but month over month, you're not seeing the growth in the bank account revenue or the member count that you thought you would get as a result of working with them. So what I'm going to cover today is the exact acquisition system that has led to building $1 million gyms year over year and is right now working in 2023. This is a picture of our latest group of $1 million gym owners at a live event. And so I just want to take the exact strategy that they're using and give the entire thing to you. So just a couple results from some clients that deployed this strategy themselves. So you can see here, 1 week of ads being live using this process and this strategy, $12,000 down in front end cash in 1 week. Another one of our clients, 2 locations. This was over a 10-week period. So they signed up 196 at location 1 at $240 a month. So they collected $47,000 in 10 weeks. And of course, at the other location, 140 signups at $240 a month and collected $33,000 in 10 weeks. And you can see $80,000 across the 2 in 10 weeks using this system. Another client, $36,000 in just 60 days. Okay, so not too bad there. Smaller win, but still a big week here. $3,500, $3,600 collected in 1 week. And this guy actually doubled their front end sales by launching this ad strategy. All right. So if you're down for these kind of results, grab a pen and paper, put your phone on silent, and let's dig in. So before we get to building any ads, we need to acknowledge something. Leads alone are useless. A name and phone number is worth nothing unless you can turn them from curious to interested and from interested into a paying customer. This means outside of getting leads, you'll need to have a systematized process of communicating with, selling to, and servicing these people. Now, obviously it's a lot to think about, all the different processes in the gym and how to fulfill on those, but I'm going to simplify it for you. Here at Gym Launch, we call these the 5 core functions of your gym. And these are the 5 primary areas of your gym that need to run effectively for your business to thrive. So the first is lead generation. This is the act of putting an offer out to the marketplace and having people raise their hand, showing they're interested, opting in, and dropping their information. The second core function is lead nurture, engaging with that prospect, building a relationship and building trust to hopefully earn their business. The third core function is sales. That's the act of actually the exchange of dollars for your services. The fourth core function that you've got to have processes in place for is fulfillment, fulfilling on the service that they obviously paid for. And then the fifth is retention and ascension. So retaining your clients and ascending them into higher levels of service, side selling, things of that nature. And so the thing is, for a lot of gym owners, paid ads haven't worked or they've heard horror stories. And the truth is paid ads only work if acquisition is optimized. It's not about just getting leads, it's the entire acquisition system, meaning lead generation, lead nurture, and sales together. So you've got to be able to get enough leads over into the nurture phase, build that relationship, get them interested enough to then, of course, show up to a sales appointment. But the problem is a lot of gym owners get to this stage, but what happens is they don't charge enough on day one. So they're upside down on acquisition. But here, the goal should be for you to charge more on day one and create multiple buying opportunities early in the customer journey so that you actually make more money in your first month than it costs to acquire the customer. We're going to get into this a little bit today prior to breaking down ads because this is actually what matters. So let's go a little deeper on the $1 million gym acquisition system. And this is exactly the blueprint that every single one of those gym owners used that was standing on stage to actually build their $1 million gym. So it all starts with lead generation, right? And at the time of shooting this training, still Facebook and Instagram, the Meta platform is absolutely hands down king. Now we've tested Snapchat, we've tested Google, we've tested TikTok, when we're always doing things like LinkedIn and other new platforms. And it's not to say you can't get leads on those platforms, but currently right now in measuring the best ROI and the place to get your customers from interested into paying, it's still Facebook. So it's going to start with lead generation, putting an ad out to the market, and then building a lead form. And at the time of this training, we found that sending people off platform to a landing page somewhere other than the actual platform itself, it has gotten significantly more expensive to actually do that, to capture leads on landing pages. And so our recommendation for gyms right now is that you actually use the native lead form that is built inside of Meta, inside of Facebook and Instagram to go ahead and capture that lead. Now, years ago, it was thought, oh, this is a low quality lead. It's hard to follow up with, but there are so many automations and softwares that you can use now to easily follow up with people to find those hot leads that it's actually become a better strategy to use this. Now, from here, we would move into lead nurture. You'd work to schedule and get them to show. And this is where it all starts to come together, is when they show up, we've got to make sure that we're selling them into a front end program that has a high dollar amount, not a low dollar amount. But it shouldn't be the only sale. So inside their first 4 to 6 weeks, we need multiple sales, multiple buying opportunities, okay? So the second sale should be some type of product sale. So once somebody joins your program, obviously they have new goals and they're establishing new habits, and a perfect time to be able to suggest protein, supplements, different things that are going to help them along their journey and reach their goal faster. We find many people spend more on product than they do on service. It's just a perceived value. It's many times easier to get somebody to spend $300, $400, $500 on product than it is on service. And then finally, on the back, you would want to obviously, after you've earned their trust and got them incredible results, then upsell them into either a higher level of service or a longer term program. And right here, this is the $1 million acquisition system, just kind of visualized. All right. So we're not going to go deep on this. I have another training on what that first month looks like and exactly how to price things. That's not what today's about. But it is important to have a sound acquisition strategy so that when you deploy your ads, you can actually be profitable. So all of it does start with lead gen. And, when it comes down to lead gen, your offer matters the most. So you can put an ad out there, but if it doesn't convey any value and it doesn't get anybody interested, and obviously you're spending a lot to get those eyeballs, but nobody's clicking. Okay. So let's dive into the offers themselves. So the more valuable the offer is, the more likely you are to get someone to opt in and show interest. So if you've never heard of the term opt-in means to choose to do or be involved in something. In the case of marketing your gym, this means they choose to share their contact information. You might be thinking, well, how do we create value, right? Like the more valuable the offer is, the more likely you are to get the lead. So you should be thinking, how do I create value? The best way that I've ever heard this presented is in Alex Hormozi's book, $100 Million Offers. You can grab it on Amazon. It's absolutely phenomenal. At the time of this, 15,000 plus ratings, and the second volume is coming out, all focused around leads. But creating value is really where you need to be thinking from. And in this book, Alex breaks down the value equation. And the way the value equation works is basically on top, you have the dream outcome. What is somebody hoping to achieve as a result of working with you? And you want to multiply that by the perceived likelihood of achievement. Does it look like I will do this, or is it unlikely I will achieve this goal? So maybe the dream outcome is losing 30 pounds, and the perceived likelihood of achievement, because you have tons of before and afters and so many people talking you up, it seems like it's actually very easy to achieve by working with you. And so that increases the value. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to divide that by the time delay and the effort and sacrifice. So on the bottom there, the denominator, we have the time delay. So if the dream outcome is to lose 30 pounds. It's very likely that you'll do it because there's a lot of social proof. But the time delay is like, let's say it'll take 3 years, not good. So anything on the bottom, what you want to try and do is decrease, and anything on the top, you want to increase. So the time delay on the bottom, you want to try and decrease that as much as possible. So can you get them to lose their 30 pounds in 6 months? Can we bring it down to 12 weeks? Can we make it so easy they don't have to come every day? They only have to show up 2 to 3 times a week. So the more you reduce that time delay and the effort and sacrifice associated with that as well, then you're increasing the value. So just to simplify it, you want to increase the top and then decrease the bottom to create a high value offer. That being said, there's more perceived value in a 42-day full body transformation than there is in a free class. And yet we see free class passes, 7-day trials all the time in the fitness industry as the actual offer. The thing is, we always want to work to offer a result in time rather than a feature like a free workout. We call this a defined end program. A defined end program is much more valuable than, say, a feature of your process. A free class might be part of your process, but it's not creating value in the prospect's mind. So a few different examples of high value fitness offers. 28-day belly blast. You can see in 4 weeks, there's a result that is communicated. You're obviously going to slim down your midsection. 6-week summer slim down. Perfect for, a certain time of year. I want to look good on the beach. 8-week dream body project. 12-week full body transformation. These convey value. Many of these things have not been achieved by anybody looking at them. They believe they're either unattainable or would take a very long time. And so when you actually create an offer that conveys the result in time, then obviously we've reduced the effort and sacrifice. We convey more value through the actual offer itself than, say, a free pass or a free class. If you compare all of these to a free workout or a 7-day trial, what feels more valuable? I think it speaks for itself. The more valuable the offer is, the more likely you are to get someone to opt in and show interest, and the more motivated they are to get started. Plus, here's the great thing. You'll be able to charge way more for it, which we'll get into in a minute. At the end of the day, the reason that you guys obviously want to run ads and you're interested in figuring out what's the ad that wins, how do I build this? At the end of the day, you want to acquire customers, and you've got to acquire customers at a profit. Most gyms lose money on advertising. We're going to make sure that you don't do that because our clients don't do that. Our entire community makes money advertising. So let's just walk through the examples of kind of a low value offer versus a high value offer and how it plays out in dollars. So let's say you have a free class, some kind of lame offer. We see these types of offers out there, and typically, let's say you get $45 leads. There are markets where you can get it lower, for sure. But let's just say it's not that exciting. And so in general, it's a little more expensive to get somebody to click. The best gyms sell about 12.5% of leads, which I'll break down in a minute on how I got there. But what this means is you would have a CAC, a cost to acquire a customer, of $360 at $45 leads and only selling 12.5% of the leads. I'll break that down and how I got to the 12.5% in a minute. But I want to cover CAC because really when it comes to running ads and focusing on growing your business, this is the most important equation you can focus on. It's the cost to acquire a customer. What you want to do is you want to take your total ad spend, you want to divide that by your total new clients, and right there is your CAC. That's the cost to acquire a client. And so let's say you spend in 1 month $3,000 on ads, and you get 12 new clients to sign a contract. So maybe you got like 20 to walk in, but 12 of them actually sign a new agreement. That would lead to a $250 CAC. Let's say you improve your offer and it drops the cost of the leads. The leads are more excited to come in the building for it, and you close at a higher rate because it's a great offer. With the same amount of spend, let's say you get 18 new clients now because you have a better offer. Now your CAC went from $250 to $166 to acquire a client. Then from there, let's just dial in those processes of lead nurture and sales and just keep leaning in. And for the same $3,000, you get 28 new clients and it brings you down to $107 CAC. This is a real life example of one of our clients over like a 6-month journey of where they started versus where they landed. You can just lean in and look at where the deficiencies are, not so much in this training, but once you have an offer that's starting to hit, you can then go to work on improving your lead nurture, improving your sales, and then to affect that CAC. The lower your CAC is and the more you collect in month 1, the more powerful your acquisition strategy is. This is how you win. So the goal is this. We want to bring CAC down and you want to bring month one cash up so that you're profitable in month one or as fast as you can be on that acquisition. Many gyms kind of chalk it up as like, well, they're on a 12-month contract and maybe I break even or lose money in month one, but I'm going to make the money back month 2, 3, and 4. But the problem is that creates cash flow problems in the gym, right? And you can't scale your ad spend money on, other things, improving the facility and things of that nature. And really all that matters isn't necessarily month one cash, it's the lifetime value of the client. If somebody put down $100, but they stayed for 7 years, you would have an incredible ROI. But the problem with most gyms is they don't know their lifetime value, and many have a low lifetime value because you have high churn. Every month people leave. And so you want to extract as much cash as possible early in the journey. Also, when people pay, they pay attention. And many times what we find is the more you charge up front and the more often they buy from you in the early part of the journey, first 8 weeks or so, what'll happen is it creates an incredible customer that stays even longer. So it's a snowball effect. All right, guys, we put together a free bonus for those of you guys that really, really, really want to take this to the next level, learn exactly how to use the business manager, the ads manager platform, and just go build and deploy those ads, scale them, and get to winning. So we have a 30-minute gym ads course that is absolutely complete with everything you need to get the results like these guys. All right, 12,000 down in 7 days. $80,000 in 10 weeks, right? $5,000 down from one client using this new ad system, $3,600 collected in 1 week, $36,000 collected in 60 days. So we've put together this absolutely just perfect walkthrough for you to understand exactly how to get started, even if you've never run ads before, how to set up your business manager, how to get the payment method going, where to click, what to do, and even to the point where we've given you the actual templates, the pictures and the copy to just copy and paste and build. And there's one more bonus here in the bottom right corner, which is our lead gen scrambler. The lead gen scrambler is your go-to framework to just never run out of ideas again. So you can always keep the leads flowing. I hope you guys take action on this. What I want you guys to do here is check the description. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can click the link and get free access to the course. Now, if you're in our Facebook group, comment ads below. Just comment the word ads below this training and our team will hook you up. So this training itself is going to be on multiple different platforms, whether it's in the description, whether it's in the comment section or the link in bio. You can definitely find this free ads course. Thank you for your time and attention. And remember this, for other free resources to grow your gym and to connect with the Gym Launch team, just go to gymlaunch.com. We've got tons of different ways for you to, save time, make money, make a much larger impact, and ultimately build a wildly profitable gym. Again, thank you for your time and attention. Go crush it, guys. So back to our examples of the different offers and how it plays out to dollars and cents. You had a free offer. It's kind of, not that exciting. Costs you about $45. And let's say of the leads that you get, 50% of them schedule. So that brings you from $45 leads to $90 scheduled appointments. And let's say of those appointments, 50% show, which is pretty typical in a lot of market. So let's say half do show. So you've got $90 appointments. If half of them show, it's 180 shows, $180 to get a show. And then from there, half of them sign up on a contract at day one. So now at $180 shows, half of them signed up. You have a $360 CAC to get a new client. So the problem with this, though, is that when most gyms are running a free class or a pass offer, they're selling them into some kind of membership on day one. And like the average down payment for that membership might be their first month. And so $150 is, pretty common in terms of charging for a month of membership. So that means you spent $360, but you only collected $150, meaning you lost $210 to get a client. So you would have to wait a month and then another month in month 3 to become profitable. Now, some gyms play this game. Our clients do it differently and get profitable immediately. That's why they can outmarket their competition. So let's walk through just a better strategy. Let's say you move to a defined end program. Defined end program, which I'll dive into the examples in a minute, but a defined end program is a bit more exciting to your market. You get more people interested in this 8-week, 6-week, 12-week offer because they see the result and they know it's not a huge commitment. So your cost per lead drops. Let's say you only sell 10% of leads, which is actually less than the other one. It's going to bring your CAC down to $200. So let's break down how we got to 10% of leads. Let's say we get 100 leads, 50% schedule. So you have 50 schedules on the books, 40% show. And that means you have 20 bodies in the building. And from here, 50% of them sign. So you have 10 new sales from the 100 leads. But watch how we make more money on this. So there's your 10% of leads. Watch how we make more money on this offer than the other one. We had $100 leads at $20 each. So we spent $2,000 on ad spend. 50% schedule, 40% show, 50% sign. But what they signed up for was a defined end program that promised an incredible result. And so they're more willing to pay for a shorter duration and this result that they're looking forward to. 8-week full body transformation, $600, no brainer. You've now collected $6,000 off of a $2,000 ad spend. So now you have a 3-to-1 return. You're not upside down. You've made money. And now you can pump that back into marketing, throw some in the bank, and then invest in your teams and in your product, in your members to deliver at a higher level. So this is the machine that we're able to build and bolt on to basically any gym. And of course, you can always adjust the specifics of how it works for your gym, but the framework, the concept works for everybody. This is all before the long-term contract money. You put $1 in the machine, you get $3 back, and it's all before they buy the supplements, they buy the protein, they buy the gear, they move on to a higher level program or sign a long-term contract on the backside of the front-end program. And so the return just starts stacking. We have many clients in our community get 7, 8, 9-to-1 return on their ad spend. So this is the machine that you want to build. And this is the most important part before we even get into what is a winning ad. Because if you have a winning ad that you're just dumping money into, getting tons of leads, but you don't have the right sales system, you're just going to lose money. So now that we've covered all that, let's actually dive into the anatomy of a winning ad. So the goal now is for you to understand the big 3 building blocks to create winning ads. So the first building block is your creative, right? These are your pictures and your videos. These are the eye-catching imagery that makes up nuts and bolts, the meat of the ad. The second is ad copy. The text description gives more context to, what got your attention. And then there's the headline. This is where we include the offer, or also we call the wrapper, like the title of the program. And it's just a short, usually bold. A headline, obviously, on a landing page would be, up top, but, depending on the ad, it sits different places, but usually it's just a few words that quickly conveys exactly what is this offer and what is the program that you're making available to your market. So let's go over building block number 1, creative. So creative is the artwork, the design, the imagery, or other content meant to draw in users to engage with your ad. So inside of the creative category, there's really 2 buckets that you want to focus on. So bucket number 1 is just going to be general fitness. So when you're building your ad, you want to take short, quick burst videos of just general fitness. You see here on your left, it's like a boomerang or a short video. Or on the right, it's just a picture that clearly at first glance, you get it. This is a gym, kettlebells. I see it. Okay. So it should be very simple to understand at first. So that's bucket number 1 in terms of the type of creative. And then what we found is you can actually use canva.com to just build these super easy and quick. So I'm not going to get into using the ads platform or how to click into the business managers of these different platforms right now. That's for another time. And we do have a follow-up training on that, which we can just give you. But I want to give you this quick hack. When you take pictures, or maybe you're short on pictures, you don't have a lot of great ones, just head over to Canva, start a template. And you can even search, if you use Canva Pro, you can search for fitness pictures. So, fit female, exercise, workout, man. And then you can throw filters on it, all that stuff. And, the first ones might suck, but just lean in and you'll get better at it. So bucket number 2, outside of just the pictures or the videos of general fitness, is going to be direct to camera. So this has actually shifted over the last several years. And it's important to recognize this small but important change. So it used to be back in 2017, 2018, 2019, that direct to camera, longer scripts explaining the programs really were like the majority of the winning ads that we saw in our community in the fitness industry. So if you were selling a 6-week, 8-week, 12-week, some kind of jumpstart program, calling out your market and explaining what it is, going on 30, 45 seconds, a minute long, worked extremely well. But now attention has shifted to platforms like TikTok. I think everybody's just attention is a bit shorter, right? Their attention span. And so what you want to do is you want to adjust to what the market wants, which is short scripts, attention grabbing intros. So your hook here is going to be something like when you come into the screen, you want to get their attention. Cartwheels, moonwalks, jump into the screen, pop balloons, shake a sign, whatever, in the first 2 seconds. Then from there, go into a super short script, 10, 20 seconds max. So something like this, like, what's up, Glastonbury ladies? I'm Coach Maria. I'm looking for 15 motivated locals to get after their weight loss and nutrition goals. If you're looking to crush those goals once and for all, click the link and let's do this. That's it. Super simple. So those short scripts win. So that's your creative. General fitness or direct to camera videos. Super simple. Building block number 2 is your copy. So copy is the written information that aims to persuade, entertain, or educate your audience. You know, you've seen Facebook ads, you've all seen Instagram ads. This is obviously where it explains much more in detail about the offer that got your attention. In general, creative is going to grab your attention, and then you're going to want to read more a little bit to kind of, see, well, what's this about? Now that first line up top is actually called the hook. So that's a very important, that's important real estate within your ad. We're not going to go too deep into actual copywriting today, but at the end of the day, this is probably the best framework in terms of like thinking through, how do I stay focused on communicating in a way that will resonate with my audience? Remember the JTBD framework, okay? This is the job to be done framework, all right? AKA the desired outcome. So you want to think about this, like what is the job to be done? You want to get them results. You want to get them ready for the beach. You want to make sure that they feel happy, sexy, alive. What is the job to be done? If you can stay focused on that and communicate that within the copy, you're in good shape. So just think about it. What does the prospect want to achieve? What are you promising to deliver for them? And just stay focused on this. And so let's just kind of break down a very simple winning copy. And then once you get the framework, you can just start adjusting and start rocking out. In the hook, usually what you want to do is you want to call out who you're talking to, but it also excludes other people. So if you're saying we're looking for 16 ladies, by the nature of that, you're also disqualifying all the men. So we're looking for 16 ladies who are looking to dramatically transform their health and fitness with our 6-week transformation program. So obviously not just 16 ladies, the 16 ladies that are actually looking to dramatically transform their health. And then boom, 6 weeks. So now it's like, oh, time, effort, that sounds doable. It's not a huge commitment. What else? It's definitely important to just kind of mix it up so you can stack what's included, but also testing out different emojis and things of that nature. The call to action on the end. So not everybody gets to the end. For the people that get to the end, they're super qualified because they took the time to really read it. And so the last thing you want to do is just tell them what to do next. And so if it's click learn more, or click get started, whatever it is, go ahead and make sure that's your last line on the copy. Couple other things to include: scarcity and urgency. How many people? You can even throw in, this is a this week only kind of thing, or there's only 5 days left, or there's only 3 spots left. Creating that scarcity, creating that urgency. Why should I click this now and not wait till it pops up on my phone again? We talked about what a defined end program is and that it is a result in time, a benefit in time. And so having them be amazed with the results in just 42 days is just a way of reinforcing that. And of course, what's included, the simple list here. You can even put why each of these is included if you want to go a little stronger. So personal accountability coach is one thing that's more of a feature. But if you want to go a little deeper and really speak to them, could be personal accountability coach so that you never fall off again, because that's what they want. They don't want to start something and fall off. And then of course, once you get that, you can just lean in and test all different things. What's great about the platforms is you can spin up all different copies and find your winners. Again, not getting into the tactical pieces of using the platform there. All right, building block number 3, the headline. So the headline is just a short series of words used to grab attention. And usually, as it relates to these specific winning ads, it's a short description of the program. So you'll see it like right here, 6-week full body transformation. Now, here's what's great. You can keep the same program all year round and then just kind of rename it something slightly different. And we call that changing the wrapper. That means you don't have to change your sales process, your pricing, anything like that. Once you find a program that gets great results and this is what you want to deliver on, you don't have to rotate 21, 28, 12, 8, 6. That just becomes operationally complex. So within your ad, you can just change the wrapper, right? Depending on the time of year and really kind of see what resonates with the audience at that time. And so maybe that same gym that was running the 6-week full body transformation, then shifts it to free 6-week summer tone-up challenge, right? And whether it's free or non-free, that's a discussion for a different day. And then maybe that's the summer tone-up challenge is for the guys, and you could even target just women and go 42 days to bikini ready. And so these are called wrappers, and these are also how we are able to make sure that our abs don't fatigue, so that we just rotate through wrappers instead of changing the actual time frame on the program. A couple more: 6-week summer shred, beginner-friendly 6-week program. That's a great one to test out. So a couple more on the wrappers. So let's say you start with a 6-week full body transformation. I'm just using this as an example. Again, you don't have to use the 6. It's just over time, we've seen this one perform as good or better than everything else. And I think because in general, people feel like, 6 weeks is just not that long, but I could definitely see if I stuck with something, it's enough time for me to evaluate whether it works or not. It's believable that I could lose 10 pounds in 6 weeks. Believable I could lose 8 pounds in 6 weeks to someone that's never done it before. Now, we all know in the fitness space, you could lose much more than that, 25, 30, 35 pounds in 6 weeks. But it's a solid time frame that has just lasted the test of time. So from here, 6-week summer slim down, 42-day fitness challenge, 6-week body confident challenge. This is actually working in the last year pretty well. So again, wrappers, they actually don't need to change that often, but it is something you can lean into if your lead cost starts to spike. So just a quick tip, if you want just some ideas, go over to the Facebook ads library and you can just type in fitness challenge, fitness class, free pass, and what it'll do is it'll literally just serve up all ads that are live right now for gyms. And you can just get a feel for what are other people doing. Now, again, I'd caution you not to really just straight copy other people, because most people don't know what they're doing when it comes to advertising. So you may see ads that are out there and you're like, this is live. It must mean it's working. It doesn't mean it's working. Just remember that. We went over the 3 building blocks, but just remember this: mixing up the look is actually what matters the most. So the look, like the creative, is going to be the number one thing that drives how people, outside of the offer itself, that drives how people engage. So if you use this one in the top left, you do that, and then you have all ads that are red and they're always red, and all of your ads for months and months are all red, they're going to fatigue. But if you switch it up and change the look and feel and deploy all different types of looks and feels for your creative, you should be able to keep lead costs down and your market paying attention and interested. Cool. So let's do the final breakdown for the anatomy of a winning ad. So here we have just an example. We didn't use a video on this one. We didn't use a direct to camera. It's simply just the picture. Notice on this one, we added pieces of winning copy into the creative. So we took some of the things that we say in the actual copy and we just overlaid it. Now, this is interesting because it wasn't that long ago that Facebook, Instagram used to basically fine you. You could get either banned or disabled for putting too much text over an image in the early days of Facebook. Now, recently though, in the last year or so, they've really loosened up. You can put words all over the creative, which is really great. And once we started testing this, it absolutely just crushed. So you want to make sure that your page or business name actually does convey like fitness. So we've seen some pages change their name. Let's say they had, maybe it was a martial arts studio and it just seemed a little, tough or rugged, and they were trying to advertise a fitness program towards women. We noticed that when they changed their name or they made a new page specifically for that when it was a fitness focused program, not martial arts or not a word that they just don't understand, the cost per lead went down, click-through rates went up, and everything improved. So just look at your business name, make sure it's inviting, make sure it does represent fitness, okay? So your hook is the first line of copy. Obviously, that's extremely important real estate. So this one is a free 6-week transformation challenge, help test our new program. So that's a great hook, right, to get everybody's attention. Sounds great, especially with the free. Now, free versus non-free, we have plenty of different trainings on YouTube and things of that nature you can find on how does a free challenge work. I'm not saying you have to go free. Our community, we have free, we have non-free. Really, at the end of the day, it's just about bringing value to everybody and then making sure there's a way to collect enough in that first month. And even the free challenges, in general, on average, people collect $600 to $700 down on the first day, okay? So on the creative itself, on this one, obviously, we have a geographical call out. So the town area, so obviously it builds trust. The demographic call out, who are we talking to? This is individuals. So this would be being served up to men and women. an eye-catching picture or video. Obviously, we went with the black and white here with the two-tone text. The time duration is conveyed, obviously the defined end program here being the offer, and the wrapper and benefit, all right? So the free 6-week full body transformation, having the benefit in there. If I do this, I'll have a full body transformation. Obviously, is a lot more valuable than a free class pass. And then you got the headline and wrapper here. Again, just like in the copy, you want to make sure there's a call to action on the ad itself. Some of these platforms allow you to not have a button. We've always found that the button, certainly from a B2C standpoint, definitely helps. Now, you can put sign up as a button. We actually find that learn more actually works a little better. So once you're in the actual training, we're not getting into that again, but once you're into the actual training, if you want to dive into our free ads course, then you'll learn exactly how to do all of the little adjustments to the button itself. One little thing, when you are building your ads, when somebody clicks, there's a follow-up screen, right? This is called a lead form. Now, the first thing that comes up is going to be a little bit more. It's like more copy about the offer. This is really key. You want to make sure that the wrapper, the headline there, actually there's continuity between the original ad and then once they click the next screen they see. If it looks completely different, they're actually going to hurt your conversions. You want to make sure, and it was always the same when we used to send people off platform onto landing pages. You need to make sure that whatever they click on and then they land on, they feel the same. There's continuity. So next steps. If you're new to this, use the 6-week wrapper to start. Put together a 6-week program, put a price around it. Make sure that you know that you're going to deliver at a high quality. Our community, we always say fitness, nutrition, and accountability is what everyone needs to get those results. So, think through how you can deliver on that, what it would cost. The goal is for you to have a 3-to-1 return, at least a 2-to-1 return in the first month. And from there, just dial in lead cost. Make sure that you're paying attention to your lead cost in your market. You're working through the 3 major building blocks here, and you're testing creative, you're testing copy, you're testing your headline. Biggest thing though, after that is that you've got to focus on your schedule rates, your show rates, and your close rates. Because if you're getting, let's say you're in a great market, you're getting $15 leads, $10 leads, but you're not nurturing them. You're not getting anyone scheduled, nobody's showing, or you just have a low close rate. At the end of the day, CAC is going to be absolutely insanely high. So it's the entire acquisition system that matters. It's not just the ad. Biggest thing is you have to achieve client financed acquisition. That's the name of the game. Client financed acquisition is the method that I walked you through of putting $1 in and getting $3, $4, $5 back into the machine, because each client basically finances the acquisition of the next client. And that's how our gyms scale, and without coming out of pocket for marketing spend ever again. And so once you've achieved client finance acquisition, then and only then should you consider testing new offers. And even then, why change it? Just crush, just keep getting better. All right, couple final thoughts, guys. Don't get caught up on branding. It doesn't matter who's in the ad. Don't worry about the guy down the street. If they're running an ad very similar or whatever, just the pie is so much bigger than you can imagine. There's so many more people in your market and nobody knows who you are. Just remember that. That's it, guys. I hope you found value in this. Go crush it.